Now we're ready to install the latest and greatest from HP Tuners on the side-by-side. And it's really cool because if you think about it, HP Tuners works with thousands of different models, with over 40 different manufacturers. And if you've paid any attention at all over the last couple of years to the side-by-side market, you know how crazy it's been.
Yeah, the trend's really push to the side-by-sides because, everybody wants to accessorize your vehicle, right? Side-by-sides, even as cool as you can get them from the factory, everybody wants to make them their own. Well, now you can do the same thing in terms of the overall performance of it and the way it drives by utilizing HP Tuners. So it plugs into their OBD2 port and allows you to do so many different things, and you don't have to be a professional tuner to work with this system. DIY people are just as capable because it's so user-friendly. You can not only data log a ton of stuff, but you have the ability to set the driving to your needs. Like if there's a default setting from the manufacturers in here and you want to change that, you have the ability to do so, whether it's speed limiters or rev limiters or just about anything in between.
So you've got the VCM Suite, and that's going to be on your computer, and then you've got the MPVI4. This is the interface, right? So you mentioned OBD2. This communicates with that, and then you are just turned loose on whatever you want to adjust, right?
Right.
So I think now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the different things that we can tweak. Obviously, once we get this hooked up to the vehicle and it's all reading it, we want to mess around with it a little bit.
It's so user-friendly that Matt, for the first time, is actually doing the driving on the software, and he's doing the tuning, and it goes to tell you, it's pretty straightforward.
I'm actually touching the computer, which is never a good idea, but this is fascinating, and it is. You can just solve through here real quick. So let's take a look at some of the things that you might want to change initially, right? And one of them is safety-related. The factory is going to set it to where the thing will only go a certain mile per hour with the seatbelt off, and this one was set at 15. I need to find that. But you can change that, and you could actually bring it down. That's the dads in us talking.
You can also limit it. Let's say you've got, a young kid driving or someone you're not quite skilled. You can put the overall speed limit, knock it way down, so it only goes like 20 miles an hour. You can kind of protect people from themselves, which sometimes people need.
Yeah, you want to protect the people and the machine. So another thing, too, is I'm on this screen here. This shows that the fan's going to come on at 205 and go off at 194, right? You can tweak those numbers if you want the fan to come on a little bit earlier. What they do recommend is keep the spread the same, whatever the factory had. Like this factory's got an 11-degree spread. So if you're going to knock the temperature to when it comes on down 10 degrees, do the same thing to where it goes off. So keep that spread.
Right. And depending if you're a guy who does some rock crawling and stuff, there's, parameters in here where it's originally set where you can't power brake it, right? So once your foot's on the brake pedal, it won't allow you to give it gas, but you can adjust that so maybe it makes it easier to get across an obstacle, as well as starting it in gear or out of gear. You're in one of those competitions where you flip the switch and go. It allows you to do just that.
And that's just a few. We just covered about 3 of about 400 that you can do. So we're going to keep playing around with this. And then once we're done and we make the changes that we want, we're just going to click on right there to write to the vehicle, right? And that's going to go ahead and it'll relearn everything. And then we can disconnect it, and it's good to go.
So Matt completed his tuning. He's got all the parameters sent over to our side-by-side, and they've downloaded the cal is done. Now, one of the things we want to just keep in mind is that make sure you always keep a battery charger on your vehicle when you're doing stuff like this, because you've got to be key ignition on, and sometimes it takes a while for everything to cycle. You don't want it timing out or losing the calibration as it's getting sent.
I would keep the computer plugged in, too, because the same thing could happen to that, right? So this is real quick before we get done with this. This is the main VCM screen. It's just laid out. You can data log. You can diagnose. Everything is nice. For those of you guys that are a little bit techie and you just love to spend time and really get deep on stuff, this is like the ultimate thing.
You can go right down the rabbit hole.